Good morning, guys. It is May 8th, 2022. I want to address something in this video. And I'm trying to be nice, but the last video that I did got a lot of lashback and a lot of hate. That's fine. If you don't like me and you don't agree with me, that is totally fine. But my problem with what I've been seeing is I don't understand why people just can't keep their mouth shut. I mean, and it's hard to be firm and stuff, but you people are out of control. You're out of control with these comments. Let me take an example for one moment, and I'm trying very hard to be nice, but I've been putting up with being walked on like this for over a year now, and I'm fed up. I'm not even attacking these people, and they are relentless on just arguing. And I've gotten to the point where I'm about fed up with some of these people because all they want to do is argue. They don't want to just accept somebody's opinion. They don't want to just, keep their mouth shut. I will say that I have heard your opinion and stuff. Like my last video, I got pushback of like, oh, well, modern vacuums are just better. Shark, there's nothing wrong with Shark vacuums, blah, blah, blah. If you like those vacuums and that's what you want, go ahead. Buy it. I'm not saying you can't buy it. I was suggesting to the average consumer out there and people who do not want to deal with those kinds of machines. It's a suggestion. That's all it is. You people who commented saying, well, I had my Shark for many years and I've never had a problem. Okay, well, maybe your household is different. Maybe you only have one or two people and no pets. Okay. But in my household, where I have a lot of long hair, dog hair, and four people and one dog, I was not happy with it. So, which is the average family is about 4 people and some pets in America. It's crazy to me. I mean, it's just the way I've experienced it. And I'm not saying that you can't buy these. I'm just suggesting for people's hard-earned money, I don't want people to throw their money away. Period. That's all it is. That's why I recommend Hoover, because Hoover has a little bit more support. And it is getting to the point where I'm trying to give suggestions to people. Now, some people say, oh, well, you just don't like modern vacuums. You don't like modern things. That is not true. I never said that. Yes, I don't prefer modern things, but I am not completely against them. I am against complication. That's what I'm against. Because if things are too complicated, what is the point of that? I mean, it just overwhelms me. There's too much going on. And also, there are some people saying, oh, well, you just like the Kirby and nothing else. That's not true. If you saw my video on that Hoover Wind Tunnel Rewind at Target, that is a machine I would recommend for somebody who wants a bagless vacuum cleaner on a budget. It's about the setup and the design and the ease of maintenance and repairs. That's where I am coming from. And I think some of you people just come on there and comment trying to just throw out your opinion, and I've seen the same thing come up once and over and over and over again. I understand your opinion. I respect your opinion. I don't want to hear you argue anymore. I've had it. Because I am not here to argue. I am here to help people. I am not only here for collectors and enthusiasts, I am here for the average consumer as well. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about the average consumer may need help figuring this out? Because, quite honestly, I've had a lot of other people who have been just as upset with Shark or other brands. And I am not against Bissell and cheaper machines completely. There's just certain machines that I can tell are just gonna fall apart. And I'm not saying that I don't recommend some budget vacuums. I do recommend some that are decent. Because I understand that not everybody can afford a Kirby. Not everybody can actually lift and carry a Kirby. I understand that. I had a lady just recently that I've known for quite a few years. She was telling me that their household has gone through multiple vacuum cleaners. They have no pets. They're a family of 4. And, I gave her multiple options of good high quality vacuums because she said, I want this vacuum to be the last one I buy for a while, like 10 years or so. And so I was giving her suggestions. I suggested the Kirby. She said it was too heavy. I understand that. I'm not going to push something on somebody that they cannot use. I am not going to do that. Period. Hear me out on that. I will never do that to somebody. So I showed her the Auric. I showed her some other options. I showed her the Cibo. I showed her the Ricars. I showed her the Protein knockoff Electrolux. I've showed her, the Cirrus vacuums. I've showed her you know, just I've showed her a bunch because, you know, I don't think she's looking to spend much more than $500 or $600 on a machine. I don't know her budget, but I'm not going to just shove something that's like $1,500 to $2,000 in her face. I'm just not going to do that. So, but she said that she was tired of the cheap vacuum cleaners that were holding up in her household, and they are a very demanding household. So I disclosed everything about it. I let her know about the Kirby, the fact that it's 25 pounds. You know, I didn't think she would want it, but I just let her know that it was a solid option. You know, same thing with the sanitary. I mean, it just depends on the household use, and I am in no way, shape, or form upset with somebody if they do not like the Kirby. What I am upset about is the fact that they think, the people that think that their opinion is the only one that matters. I'm getting darn sick of it. Because there are two people, and I'm calling you guys out on it, because there are two people that say, oh, can you get this, or can you get that, or can you upgrade, or can you change this, or can you... First of all, this is my YouTube channel. These are my vacuum cleaners. I own them. I can do what I want with them, and if I don't want a shakeout bag or something on my sanitaire or another machine, I don't have to listen to you. Period. The end. You know, and I'm really trying to be nice, and I've been holding this stuff in for quite a while, but I have to vent and let it out right now, because that last video, people were out of control. I mean, people were just losing their minds over me saying that I liked the sanitary, the Kirby, and the Auric. Those are by no means my only options that I offer to people. Those are the only machines that I have in that kind of category that I would offer to people. So that is why I was showing those machines. You know? And I will admit, my Kirby's, I have cerebral palsy and have chronic back pain, okay? I will admit there are days that I truly cannot use my Kirby's. There are days where I am hurting that bad and I can't use my Kirby's. So that's why I have my Auric. It's as simple as that. That is the whole purpose I bought an Auric, was to have something for those days that are rough for me. You know? And the Kirby is not the end-all be-all. It is not. I don't think that it's really any better than any other one. I just like the design and the setup of the Kirby. I like the attachments that they offer. I like the ease of repairs. I like the fact that it drives itself with the transmission. I absolutely love that. And I am passionate about Kirby's. And yes, to an extent, I am a Kirby fanboy. But I will say that I am not locked into Kirby as being the only brand out there that I will use. It's just not true. what I am saying is I'm looking long term into reliability and something that's going to hold up. Because vacuum cleaners in the real world actually get used. They get used. And they get used hard in a lot of cases. They get really beat up and used. So I'm not going to just sit there and offer somebody a cheap Dirt Devil dynamite or something that's going to fall apart in their house. If I know it's going to fall apart in their house and it's not going to hold up, I am not going to recommend it. Period. That is why I do not recommend the Sharks. They hold up structurally, but filtration-wise and maintenance-wise, they are way too much for a demanding household. They cannot handle it. They just can't. So, you people are out of control. I'm just going to say it. Like I said, sometimes, your opinions, you have every right to your opinion, and your opinion matters, but sometimes your opinion, you push your opinion so hard to where you almost just fight about it, and all you want to do is argue. That's just stupid. I'm sorry. If you like something else and your opinion is different, then fine. I respect that. But for you to come and just, rub it in my face is not going to fly either. And I had people comment on that video trying to defend me. I appreciate that. And do whatever you want. But don't feel like you have to defend me, because, trust me, I've been putting up with this crap for over a year now. And it is nothing new. Excuse me. But I appreciate you guys who do support me, and but yeah, some people just do not let go of things, and it's just like, like some people just make assumptions and associate me with only liking Kirby. Yes, Kirby is my favorite. I enjoy them. They are fun. They are nice. But at the end of the day, I understand the real world. I understand that there are people that literally cannot use them, or they are too much. There's another example that I have used in the past. There is a lady that goes to our church who was asking me about buying a used Kirby. She is in her 70s. I let her know, I told her, I disclosed everything about it, so she would know, because of course, being that she was elderly, I knew that it could be a bit much for her. I'm not going to put limits on older people. I'm not going to just tell an older person, just don't buy a Kirby just because you're old. It's just not going to happen. Whatever they are comfortable with and whatever they want, I am cool with. It's the same for anything else. But I just closed it, and she said, I don't think that's going to be a problem because I used a Kirby, 50 years ago, and I'm pretty strong and I carry heavy stuff up and down the stairs all the time, and I exercise and everything. So she was okay with it and she bought it. But I disclosed it 100%. I was transparent. I am not going to hide anything about any machine just because I like it. It's just not going to happen. Because, especially with older people or people like that, I am not going to do that to you. It is not right. Now, some of you say, oh, well, I like my shark, I like my this, I like my that. If you like it and you want it, that is fine. If you want to buy a shark, that is fine. That is totally your choice. It is up to you. I am not saying that you can't buy a shark. I am not saying that you can't buy a Bissell or buy something else. I am not saying that at all. I am not telling you what you can and cannot do. Never have and never will. What I am saying is I am speaking from experiences that I've had and what I see in terms of design that could be problematic or could be difficult, especially for the average consumer. That's just the bottom line. So, anyway, I just needed to get that off my chest. I'm not trying to be difficult. I am not trying to be mean. I am not trying to be rude. But I'm telling you, some of these people get all bumhurt about it. And they're like, well, why are you calling me out on it? It's because you won't keep your mouth shut, dude. If you could just keep your mouth shut, this wouldn't be a problem. Sometimes the best thing you can do is keep your mouth shut. And it is not to say that you don't have the right to speak your opinion. But if you constantly just brag and brag and brag and brag and brag and just rub it in people's faces, don't be surprised when they come back and bite you. Because we've had enough. And I just ignore it because I'm tired of it. I've heard the same thing over and over and over and over again. I am speaking from experience and my own personal opinion. If you do not agree with me, that is fine. I understand that. Go ahead and spend $300 or $400 on a Shark vacuum and use it for your pleasure. Go ahead. I don't care. But I am talking mainly to the people who just need a vacuum cleaner to work. They are not concerned about brand loyalty. They're not concerned about anything. They just want something that will hold up. And, I am mainly talking to people who are looking for good vacuum cleaners that will last them a long time. Because you have to admit, to an extent, vacuum cleaners are not made nearly as well in the household market as they used to be. That is why I point people towards the commercial market, because that is pretty darn close to what they used to be under the household market. No, they're not cheap. You're probably going to spend about $500 or so, but that's a little bit less than a Dyson, and it's probably going to hold up better, honestly. So that's where I'm coming from here. And like I said, I understand if somebody is on a budget. I recommend looking into the Bissell Power Force bagged vacuum cleaners, or the Power Lifter bagged vacuum cleaners, or the Hoover wind tunnels, or something like that. There are legitimate people that are legitimately on a budget and they cannot afford it. And they can't find good used ones that are high-end like this in their area, and they are really in need of a vacuum cleaner. So I understand that there are legitimate issues. I am in no way, shape, or form shaming people who buy cheaper vacuum cleaners. I am just saying that there are good ones and there are bad ones on both ends of the spectrum. So, anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.